Playing games every day gets up to watch Envious.
G'day all, I'm Zenvious, and we are playing Paradigm, or at least we're sort of playing Paradigm. We're actually going to speedrun this game. We can get all the achievements in it, because I've played this game, I loved it. If you want to see it, watch my Let's Play series. If you haven't, go play it yourself. It's really fun. Either way, enjoy this game. It's a great comedy adventure, but we're going to try and skip all the comedy, all the cutscenes. We're just going to race through this for anybody who doesn't know where the achievements are or is struggling to finish the game. So I'm just going to do it as efficiently as possible. I am going to point out there are some achievements that can be skipped. So try to keep an eye out for those as we go, but like I said, we're just going to zip through. No, we do not want a tutorial. If you do play this, definitely ask for a tutorial and definitely ask for live dog tutorial. You'll understand when you see it. But anyway, we'll just get through all this. We're healed automatically, autopilot goes to computer, computer's not working. Need to go. First thing, pick up the adapter. This will trigger the inventory tutorial. You cannot skip this. This happens anyway, just hit next. Once it does, you'll do this and blah, blah, blah. He'll do this whole thing. He'll show how inventory items are matched. And once it's all done, blah, 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 hit next, get through that. Okay, so once you got that, grab the inventory, put the adapter straight in the cable. That will boot up John 3000. Conversation will happen. You have a quick talk to him. The first thing you want to do, ask why isn't the computer booting? All the other stuff is very funny, please listen to it. Then ask real talk, why is it not working? Then, where can I find the recoverable floppy disk? You'll have another conversation, just tell me where to get it. He'll say no, you'll understand why if you listen to the actual thing. But what he wants you to do, you go in here, you pick up the record collection. You want to get the third record, the one in the middle, this red cover, which is the Sean Central Steen, A Guide to Companionship for the Futuristic Lover. So pick this up. You could also get this one, Babe I Love You, but I'm T-Rex, but it really doesn't matter. So once you got that, grab this, slap it in John. He likes it being slapped. Goes in. Conversation. Any of these will not matter. Just choose the first thing. Paper mache comes down. There'll be a cutscene here, which you just, go with. It booms. Say anything you want. None of them change anything that's happened. Once you're done, get out of here. We'll have another little cutscene when the fire... once we get out, we'll have a little fire, spontaneous combustion. John will have a quick word. We'll have the cutscene, which we will skip. Now, the first achievement in the entire game is right here with Doug. It's quite easy to get. You simply talk to him. And the first, all you need to do is ask this one thing. Do you mind dropping some fat beatsies? And he'll start doing some beatboxing. If you listen through to the whole way, you get the very first achievement in the game. And that's actually the only achievement you can get in the entire Act 1. So, yeah, if you miss it, you miss it. But even the achievement is named Listen to Doug Drop Some Fat Beats. So you should be able to get it. Anyway, so next thing you want to do, use the letterbox. That'll open the letterbox. You'll get a letterbox in your inventory. So go into your inventory, click on it. Don't right click, just left click. That'll open the letterbox into another mailbox. Click on it again, left click. That'll turn that letterbox into a bottle of vodka and a map. Take the map, give it to Doug. Give it to Doug. Conversation. We'll skip. He'll draw on the map. You'll go point here. You'll get out as soon as you can. Now hit M for map. Click on there. That'll get you to Space Cadet. Now, all this stuff is pretty much red herring, but all of it is funny jokes, so have a chat. What you want to do, you want to pick up this rocket. You'll grab this, because it will come in useful later. But then to trigger the movement of everything, you want to pick up the TV. You do that. That will get Space Cadet's attention. You'll put the TV back, and then you'll have your conversation with him. Then you go ask first thing, do you have the recoverable disc? You'll go through all these, then if I get the space dust, will you give it to me? Then we'll have all this little thing. Zip, 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 zip. Then, where can I find the space dust? That's what you want to know. He will then can you show me where the drug dealer is? That will show you where it is on the map. He'll update that. There he is. Once that's done, you've really just got to slap anything of these choices. Doesn't matter what you choose. Same result happened. Then same thing, choose whatever you want here. Doesn't matter. Goes through it all, blah, 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 blah. Then once you've done all that, go to the very bottom and leave. I've got to leave. You can talk, but anyway, hit M, go to the not a drug dealer's house. Teleport over here, you'll see the pigeon. You cannot skip this, you will talk about what a tune. Anyway, you'll be down the bottom there on the long winding road. You really just gotta bear through this. He'll keep walking until he gets to about here. Then he'll realize just how long he's been walking for. Then he'll keep on walking. There is no way to skip this. You can't double click. I'm doing that, nothing happens. You just keep on going, and around here. Any second now, come on, there it is. Then you say fast travel, that'll fast forward him up to the stairs. Then he'll keep going, then we get to this area, skip all this. First thing you want to do, go over, pick up this pocket knife. I'll get that. Then you go use the comm. Now, you can say anything, but the only thing he'll respond to is I would like to purchase some space dust. Everything else, he just ignores you. So he'll respond to that. Then, this is the tricky thing. You've literally got to go through every single conversation topic you could do here. Blah, blah, blah. You do the fat beats. Blah, 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 blah. I'm not a cop. And love the Head Police Academy movies. And that will finally get you to do something. Now, this is what we've got to do. So we get out of here. He remembers where everything is on the map. So now we can go everywhere in Kush. So we'll hit M. First thing, you can go into these in any order, but the fast thing, go to Paradigm Shop. You'll see your dog. And okay, so first thing you want to do, grab this console controller. You won't use it instantly, but it will be coming in handy, so it saves you a little bit of time coming here. Now, you want to get this cone, but to get this cone, you've got to fill up his dog bowl. So what you do, you pick up the ethanol, the pure ethanol. Then you put that ethanol into the dog bowl. You have to trust me, go with this. It's fine. Put it in the dog bowl. Once you've done that, you want to put the vodka in the dog bowl. Once the conversation ends, put the vodka in the dog bowl. There we go. Blah, blah, blah. Alright, that will get the dog's attention. He'll turn around, he'll run straight at the bowl. And there he goes. Ba-dum. He'll drink it, he'll be fine. Don't worry, the tail will wag, he's not dead. There's no animal cruelty in this game, except for the times when there is animal cruelty. Now, you pick up this cone, that will give you this. Now, from here, you don't worry about the junkyard, you go straight to Butt Mountain. John will call you, you can answer it, it is a funny scene, but put the rocket ship with the cone, you merge those two, you get the rocket cone, you put that on the launchpad model, this will trigger this cutscene. If you go to the junkyard, you'll understand why you did that, but again, I'm just fast forwarding through this. Now you go to the junkyard, this will have the area clear. First thing, pick up the police helmet. Then move over here, grab your serrated spoon, which you got from the Not a Drug Dealer's house. You use that on the mannequin, you'll get this little wallpaper poster thing, you'll get the head, you put the head with the police helmet, then you get a police helmet head, you go back to map, you go back to the Not a Drug Dealer's house, that'll take you back here, then you use the head on intercom. And that'll have him talk, blah, 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 blah. He will have this cutscene where he uses the gate to talk to you. Really lame. And they'll close. Talk. And then you'll go on in. Jump on in the door. You'll have this cutscene with Secretary Knight, which unfortunately, as you can see, really can't be skipped. Much as I would like it to be. But you do what you do. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Alright, now we're back. Okay. Oh, this is what you're gonna do. You walk straight over to the drug dealer. You talk to the drug dealer.
Hello.
Now, you want to ask, can I get the space? He will say things. He will talk. You have to offer him the mean cupcake. He will then offer you an alternative. You'll get the game set up. And all this stuff happens. Alright. So now to play the game, you need to have your own controller. So you can try this, but it won't work. So you use this on the Mega Bro.
Man.
And that will get that done. So now you can use the... Where is it? You use Mega Bro.
Alright.
And that'll get into this game. This game cannot be skipped. You can't fail it, but it's pretty self-explanatory. We'll just get through this as fast as we can. Boosting thugs. Conversation. Press anything to start. Get through here. Yes. Alright. Who's Duda? This will take a little bit of time, but yeah, it's got to be done. Like I said, I'm going through this as fast as I possibly can. So he'll say welcome to Boosting Thugs. You can press all these buttons. The only button that you'll ever use is Z and B. But we'll try and get through this. Come on. Punch. ZB. Doesn't help at all. We'll just keep punching air and doing cardio. There we go. Blah, 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 blah. Alright. Now. Okay, so conversation. Alright, you just want to hit B. That's really the only button. You hit B. Now, what you want to say to this sandwich is at least $20 at the local deli. That'll make the sandwich happy. It's one of those games. Just go with it. Alright, so sandwich is happy. That's all cool. Alright, so we've gotten past the sandwich level. Then you move over into the arrow. I'll go to the next level. That'll take us to wizard level. Here comes the wizard. He'll do the same thing again. Give me all your mana, prepare to die. Blah, blah, blah. We'll hit boost. You say, is that magic? He'll be impressed at your noticing of his magical finger zappy zaps. He'll then be happy with that. He'll go away. Wait it out. He leaves. Click the arrow. There we go. Then we'll go to the Satan level with a Murray the Skull ripoff. Again, cannot skip this conversation. You just gotta bear with it, bear through it. We're nearly there, we're nearly done. Game's nearly over. Almost done. Alright, so now we'll hail Satan. Satan will appear in the form of a Kiss guitarist. This is conversation. Alright, so once this is done, just hit B. Any second now. Okay, hit B, and you say, compliment him on his makeup. There he is. I was hitting B too many times there. And that'll chill him out. He will then go away. Any second now. Any second now. There he goes. And that's it. That's the minigame done. We'll now have an epic street transformation, which you can't skip. I love that. It's awesome. But moving on. Now you're asked to enter this code. You do not have the code at this point. Now, I do know the code. It never changes. But I don't think you can enter it until you actually discover it. But yeah, to beat the game, you need to get the code. You'll then walk over here. This is all autopilot. The octopus will call you over. You'll have a chat to the octopus. She'll have some conversations. I really love this character of Steph, but you'll have to find out why when you watch my Let's Play or play the game yourself. You can keep asking for a better hint, and she will just spell out the hint for you. But we'll say, we're out of here, we'll move on. Now, where you want to get your hint, you go back to Paradigm Shop, where Igorshki, the dog, is still in his bowl. You want to use the radio. You can listen to it all you want by switching the tunes, but you just want to hit the advertisement transcript, look at Mega Bro Tax Evasion, the game, and that will point out this, boosting thugs and ZZXZ, because remember there's only 3 buttons in the game, Z, Z, X, and B, and that's 4 letters which lead up to it, and that's pretty much how I figured it out. So, that's it, XXZX. So head back to the drug dealer's house, go back in. I don't know if you can enter it straight away, I'm fairly sure you cannot, but if I'm wrong, put it in the comments below. So once we go, we can hit use, then we'll go XXZX. Oops, sorry, no, ZZXZ. So it's actually ZZXZ. My apologies. That will finish the game. So we're all happy about that. Yay! Then we'll get out of this. Then we'll talk to the drug dealer. He'll give us the chip that we need. Then we got that. We use this on the octopus. I guess I'm okay with it being called octopus. I guess I would prefer it to just be called Steph. But anyway. We get the space dust, that gets that. We teleport immediately out of here. You don't do anything. You teleport from here straight to Space Cadet's house. Have this whole conversation. Blah, blah, blah. Pick up the floppy disk. That'll then teleport you straight back to your place where you'll see Doug's not in the best of situations. You put him down. There's a big water robot. Then you go talk to the water robot. And ask, what are you doing? Then are you talking? Can you just let me through? Then this is the one you look for. Any hopes and dreams you want to fulfill. You get that, and that will trigger the cutscene of boosting thugs again. Doug below will start providing the beatbox music backing.
Boost.
So hit B as soon as you can, and then you say hot models would love you. That'll cheer the robot up.
Round 2.
Nearly done.
Fight.
And pretty much just as Doug says fight, the battle is already over. So, really short fight scene, but hey, we got through this. Alright. So we'll have some glitter in the air. We'll go back to real-time graphics. Then you're going to mash this, force a smile. Really self-explanatory. That'll get you through that. Alright, and then he will unplug himself and go away. That's done. And that's it. So, head on into Paradigm's room. You have another cutscene. Again, not skippable. Blah, 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 blah. Alright. Goes back in here, cutscene, blah 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 blah. Getting through. Another cutscene, another conversation. Any of the conversation choices that come up here, none of them change anything. None of them matter. You've just got to hit them. Doesn't matter. And you'll teleport away. There'll be a quick little joke there, and then we're done. We'll teleport to Act 2. We're in the office building. And we got to have the conversation. Right, now, few things to do here. There are 2 achievements that you can get in here. First of all, you want to use this fridge. You have this conversation, and as soon as it comes up, he'll start rapping at you. And I understand you're meant to listen all the way till the song ends to get the achievement. And if you don't, well, you probably skip it. Fine, if I'm wrong, put it in the comments below. That's one. The other one you want to do is the desktop dancer. You want to look at the desktop dancer.
Hey, the hot.
Sorry, you want to use the desktop dancer. And that will pop this up. That will give you another achievement. So those are 2 in there. The fridge and the desktop dancer. So those are 2. Now, there is one more in here, but I will come to that in a moment. So first of all, you need to pick up a pen. Grab that. Now you need to open the left cupboard. So you can get a cup. So you'll pick up the cup. Now you'll go in your inventory and immediately you'll have a conversation that all your stuff has been missing from the teleportation. Use a marker with the cup. You'll have a little scribble thing. You'll have an artistic pop-up thing that comes up in any second now. There it is. And there it is, artistic. Now, before you use the cup, you want to use the spoon on the hose. You could unplug the blue power supply, but it really does nothing. And once you've done that, you use the cup with the marker on the water cooler of doom. That will defeat him. He'll have a whole conversation, trying to praise himself until he realizes he's in a bad predicament. You'll understand what's going on if you watch my Let's Play or play the game. So no, we'll use the door, we'll get out of here. We are pretty well done with this office, but we will come back one more time later, and I will explain why then. Anyway, we get into this. You want to pick up your Duper Gen Mega Bro, and have a cutscene conversation. The tumor will explain that you can use this for all this stuff. And blah blah blah, it's your new map. Fantastic. Yeah, I know, cool. Yes. Alright. It'll also ask you to move, they'll have a conversation come up any second, and it'll tell you to move to the end of the passageway, and then we'll be able to move on a second. Any second now. Alright. The conversation will happen. Blah 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 blah. Alright. Okay, so this is what you gotta do. You gotta move to the end of the hallway, to this red dot here. That will then have the other part of the cutscene happen. You'll finish that, you'll get through all that. And then, now we've actually got 3 achievements we can get straight away. You go into map to bring up this, you go to game, and you play the post-apocalyptic dating sim. Now, I'm not actually gonna play this, because it does take a bit of time. Almost about 4 minutes per date, but this will unlock 3 of the achievements. Date a noodle arms mutant, date a toaster, and date a human duck. Now, I will give you one tip on when you're doing these. You'll begin the swooning process to have it happen. You want to read all this and get an idea of what they want to talk about. That will help you get some answers for what they want to talk about. Your goal is to make them happy, and if they're happy, you'll have a successful date. I managed to knock it off in the first go. If anyone is having trouble, please let me know, and I'll probably do it myself so you can see it. But we've got to move on. That's where 3 more achievements are. So moving on. Next, we'll come to this big red button. You want to press the big red button, use it. Then we'll have a quick laser show, which we'll skip, so anybody with epilepsy can be quite happy about that. We will pick up this laser pointer, and we will move on. That's all you need to do here. Pick up laser pointer, move on. You come into this. John, again, will try to call you. I recommend you just ignore him. It's funny, but again, it's up to you to see it and find out all these Easter eggs. You either have to watch my Let's Play or play the game yourself. So, back in here, we're straight in the elevator.
I am shocked.
Yeah, and there's conversation. Now, you can go straight to the elevator to go straight to where you are, but we do have one limit we can get here, and there is an achievement here. So, what you want to do, you want to use this arm. And you'll be quite happy about it. You want to keep doing this until he eventually tells you to stop it in a very firm voice, because he doesn't like it too much.
Okay.
Because, slapping flesh too long can annoy everyone. And when you get to
Stop it.
that, then you should get the achievement for high-five the hand too many times. Now, we will get this arm in a second, but I'm just going to go in the order to try and make things sensible. So we will use the elevator controls. You go to the labs and you hit activate to use the lift. That'll get us to the next area. To get to any area in the office, you have to click the button and then activate it. Once you've been there once, you can use the map to teleport anywhere that you've been before. So we'll come into the lab, there'll be another whole pile of cutscenes here, another conversation, all this conversation, blah, 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 blah. She will talk to you. Again, doesn't matter what you say to her. Just, you know, take down stupid genetics. She will then give you this book. Then you gotta either read it, but either way, you've gotta hit this arrow to get through it. Get through it, it explains everything, gets through all that. Once we're done, conversation, and now we're told the next big thing we need to do, doesn't matter what we want. Next thing we want to do, we are going to be told we have to go collect all the limbs of the scientist. And she will unlock all but the IT support, which we will unlock in a second. I will show you how to do that. But anyway, first thing to do, we pick up this arm. It is right there, pretty obvious. So that's the first thing we're doing. Second thing you want to do, look at this post-it note. You do need to do this. It's not just for fun. Look at it, because you need to get that name. This is required to get the guy's head. So once we get out of here, we will simply teleport straight back to the lift. Now, we can get this arm straight away, and I will show you how to do it. Now, we can't pick it up, because if you try, this happens. So essentially, they're saying, you know, you can't do it unless you're a maintenance person. Now, if you want to find out how to do this, you go into use, and if you call maintenance, it will say that, you know, maintenance man, you need to leave a password if you can't remember the code. Now, the code is actually right here on the wall, so if you look at it, it says it quite clearly, science are hot, maintenance guys are 10 times hotter, and that's actually the code. So, this is what you do. You hit use, not the cigarette advertisement, you use the buttons. So you need to hit troubleshooting, then you hit lab once, and just spam maintenance 10 times, and that will trigger this, and that will get you into maintenance mode. The only thing you can do in maintenance mode is pick up this hand, that will end that scene, and that gets us both the arms. Now, with that done, we're going to use this controller. We're going to go straight to Headmart. We'll go activate that. We'll head on over. Then we will get out here. And there's the head. And the little robot will pinch it. He'll run off with it. Now, you need to use this control. You do have to do it in this order. You simply choose any head. Doesn't matter at this point. You hit retrieve, and then it will say there's no Wi-Fi signal. The IT department is shut down, so it'll open so you can go see IT. Once that's done, you get out of here. Teleport yourself back to the elevator. Boop. And then you go to the IT department. Now, in the IT department, there are 2 achievements that you can miss, because once you finish IT department, it's one of the areas you get that gets locked out, that you cannot return to at a later date. So just keep that in mind. The achievements here, this is the only time you will actually be able to grab these achievements. So let's go through this. He goes in here, doesn't work, blue screen of death, comes into this. Now, for the 2 achievements, I'm going to get them for you. First, you go into settings, you go to desktop advice giver guy, and you just left click. Don't right click.
Save time and money.
He will give you advice, you just got to keep spamming this, and eventually an achievement will turn up. I've already got it, so it won't pop up here, but that's what you've got to do for that one. Now, next thing you want to do, there's a hidden icon around here, which you just saw then, and that's the virus. You left-click that, and you left-clicked again, you double-click, and that will activate that, have a whole conversation, and that gives you the virus achievement. And that's the 2 achievements you can get in here. Now, we're going to have to get this whole letter thing. So what we got to do, we got to get to a point where we get huge. It's going to be a bit finicky, but it is around here somewhere. And there we go. Okay, once you get as big as you can, you want to hit the bottom thing, activate, which locks your size, so you do not change your size. That makes you tall enough to pick up the recycling bin. That'll get that, and then you'll unlock your size, so you can go back to normal, or, you know, fluctuate as needed. Then you want to activate the pen. You want to pick up the pen, grab that. Then you want to activate Jack's special folder. You want to use that. You'll have conversation, blah, 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 blah. Conversation. Moving on. All right. Now, the important thing of this, it gives you this gun. And that gun's important because it's the only way to get the mail. Every time you go for mail goes away. If you go away, mail comes back. Once that's happened, you can do this before or after. Shoot the mail with the gun. That'll paralyze the mail. Then you pick up the mail. Mail is got. and that will give you an envelope as well. So you take the envelope and you either use it on the pen or the paper. They'll merge all of them into a passive-aggressive thing. You activate the post box, grab the passive-aggressive letter, put it in the post office, and then I'll go there. Boop. And I'll fly away.
Hey.
And then this will do this thing. You got to go over, use the door so our eyes don't strain too badly. Comes in here, conversation. It's just a bit of a glitch with me teleporting there. Olaf does not actually notice you're there. Conversation. Now, why don't you wrap me out to Olaf? And then finally, do you know Klaus House is playing different to Olaf's? That will get him to go away. He leaves. Then you use the wireless, the router. That'll pop that sun up. Then you leave here, and now you are done. You cannot get any... You never see IT ever again. It will be completely locked out. Because as you see, if we go back to the buttons, use... There it is, locked out. You will never see this again. Now, so that gives us... Now, we've got the wireless back, so we'll go back to Headmart. We'll activate that. We actually didn't need to use the lift. We can just use the map to teleport there. But anyway... And this is why you did need the name in the labs on the post-its. So you make sure you look at the post-its to get the name, because when you go in here, you ask, yep, you'll choose, he's the third head along, 1, 2, there he is, and you need that name. If you don't have that name, Paradigm will say, I need to know his name, which means you go back to the lab, so it just saves you a bit of time. Now, he's there, you want to pick up his head, he will put it in a bag, and that gives us these 3 things. So we're now 3 out of 5 limbs down. Next, we are going to head over to the elevator. We need to get to the lobby. So again, we will use the buttons to do this. Go to the lobby, and we'll activate that. We'll head over here. We'll go meet Secretary Knight. Alright. Now, there is an achievement to grab in here, and I will show you where it is. First of all, you want to use these cursed flowers. You'll teleport, you'll shrink. He'll unshrink you. You want to use it again. And now, since you're shrunk, you now know how to uncurse yourself. What you want to do in this shrunken state, you want to walk in this mouse hole. It doesn't have anything to click on it, but trust me, that is the forbidden mouse hole achievement. Very funny. Go watch my Let's Play to find out, or play the game yourself. Anyway, we'll get out of here. We unshrink ourselves. Now, two things you want to hear. You want to pick up the lance. You'll have a conversation with Secretary Knight. He will be happy with it. It will teleport away. You have that. The other thing you want to do, you want to pick up the bobblehead shrine.
Sorry.
And we'll grab that. And that's all the things you need to do there. So hit M, you'll then use the map, you'll then head back to the elevator, and now we'll go to the last thing that we can go to on the left, which is we're going to church. So hit church, go to activate, now teleport down here, get in here. And again, I'm sort of just doing this in an order to save some time. Now, you want to talk to the nun just as is, ordinary. She'll give you a toffee and her numbers, and she'll have a conversation about that. You can ask for a clue about, can I have some of your donation money, because you will need it, but I'm just going to show you how to get it right now. What you got to do, and the clue to getting the donation money, she will say, go look on the computer, that will give you the clue, but all you've really got to do, grab this head, put it on in the confession booth, so you need to click head, click confession booth with the head, he'll go in, he'll come out. The last thing you need to do, you need to use the bottle of whiskey, he'll spray it on himself to make him smell like he's a drunk, and that will make you seem like you're a homeless person. You'll talk to her now like this. She will now give you donation money, and that will give you everything you need from that. So now you'll hit map. You'll go from here back to the hallways. He'll untake off the thing. You can again talk to John, but we don't need to. Now what you want to do, you want to click on the sticky toffee and choose the arm that's open. Not the arm that's closed, the arm that's open. That will make them into arm with sticky fingers. Now, you use the vending machine. And we're going to get 2 things here. You want the instant Swedish person and the instant tree seeds. Now, you cannot get the instant Swedish person on your own, because when you reach up, you're too short. And if you try the hand without the toffee, it will not stick. So use that together, go Spider-Man on it, grab it, and that gets that. Now, since we've got the coin, you use the donation money, put it in here, and you will need to get yourself number 6, the instant tree, hit enter. That will give the instant tree for you. And that's almost everything you'll see from there. Now, from here, you want to move over here. You want to go back to where you got the navigational piece. And we'll move on. One more. And there it is. That's the second leg. So, well, the first leg depends on what order you're doing. Use the lance with it to poke the leg with the lance. That'll poke the thing down. There it is. Then you'll pick up the leg. Pick up leg. Alright, that's one more leg, and now you head back with the map, head back to the church. Now, with the other leg, which you saw there before, you use the instant Swedish person on the leg. That'll make him happy. Another cutscene will occur here. Boom. Boom. He's okay with it. You pick him up, and that is that. That is all 5 limbs gained. Let me get out of this. Sorry about that. Okay, as I was saying, that is all 5 limbs. You have an arm, you have a head, you have the other arm, leg. Now, before we go any further, though, I need to point out this is a point where another achievement can be lost. And I'll point it out here. If you put the limbs in the machine straight away, you could miss this. And the thing is, the audio tapes. This audio tape can only grab before you put the limbs in, and I will explain why.
Nice.
So make sure you pick that one up. I'll also now grab all the other audio tapes. So the first one is there. The actual very first one was actually all the way back in the office. I said we were coming back here. You pick it up, it's under here. You grab that. That's 2. Then from there, you want to go back to the lobby. There's a third one here. So pick that one up. Then you want to go back to church. And there's that one here. Pick this one up. That will give us 4. And then there's one more to get, which is back in the hallways. And John is still trying to call us. He only seems to get reception when we see it. But anyway, you use this. This is the secret one. It's actually this one. Now, to get this, you have the actual price is actually the code. So you hit 666, and that will activate this little thing.
That you have strayed from the path,
and conversation, can't skip this.
tempted by Satan,
But this will give you audio disc number 5.
black metal album.
By getting this, you can get this whenever, but the ones that were the most important to get were the ones in the lab, and the last one, the 6th one, which I'm going to show you right now as soon as this cutscene ends. Yes, thank you. Cool. I want to get out of this. Alright. Alright, apparently we got to listen to some rock music, not skippable. I thought I could skip it, I listened to it the first time. I love rock. And moving on. Any second now! Cool. Moving on. Alright, we'll get out of that. Alright. Now that you've got all but one, because you'll click on music, you'll see we've got all of them except this one. This one is not actually here, so we'll go back to the lab to show you where the 6th one is, and you can only get the 6th one after you put the limbs in. So just to repeat that, you have to get this one before you put the limbs in, and you can only get the other one once you put the limbs in. To grab any limb, doesn't matter, just put the first one into the limb depository. This will activate the cutscene, you'll get a cupcake token, he will transform into this freak, and doesn't matter what you say, conversation, blah, 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 blah.
Please don't.
And that will have the thing. Now, you can grab it now, but as soon as you go, it will be blocked. And I'll point out why. Now, you want to use the limb depository. He will then use limb depository. Oh, fine. Okay. Alright. Use limb depository. Why is it not working? Oh, use yellow button. Sorry. Yellow button. I thought I was hitting it. Alright. So hit yellow button. That'll teleport you to this area, which is the next thing. And then a whole thing will happen. You want to talk to the scientist. He'll have a conversation with you. Get through all that. Now, when I said the last audio tape is right here. And once you leave this area, you can never come back to it. So keep that in mind. Pick up this audio tape, and this will give the achievement. I actually have not got this achievement yet. I knew it existed, but that will give you all 6 audio tapes. And that would do it. You may need to listen to each one to unlock the achievement, but that's how you get all 6. Now, we're in this area. There is another achievement that you can skip here. You need to use the space cactus. He will go there. He will teleport away. And that will be another achievement, say farewell to a space cactus. Okay. With that done, we now need to finish this whole thing. So what you want, the hint to fixing the translator, look at the blueprints. You can do this without it, but you'll see down below, it has a maximum of 3 users. It cannot take 4. And we have a cloning machine. So use the cloning machine. You'll generate a clone. Then you use it again. And use this 2 more times. That'll give you 4 clones. And then we'll use it one more time. Get in. Zap. Alright, that's all 4 clones. Now, you want to simply grab any clone and put one in each of the 4 quadrants, and that will overload the translator. You'll then dismiss the clones. The translator will be off. You'll then grab your floppy disk out of your inventory, use it on the main bigot computer. And that is everything you can do while up here. So now we'll use this. We'll teleport back down, and then we'll have a conversation. Blah, 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 blah. Conversation. Blah, 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 blah.
Once you...
Alright. And the hatch will open, and you'll have access to new areas. Now, this is one of my one point. You will notice the scientist guy is now sitting here. As a result, you will never be able to get the audio tape if you missed it. That is why you get it. But that's where all 6 audio tapes are and how you deal with the space station. Now, we're in the final part of the game, so we have to go back to church. And there'll be a whole conversation there. There'll be a cutscene. You want to talk to this pug. And have a whole conversation. Then you need to can you borrow the necklace? Then you ask for some turn-based combat. And this is yet another achievement you can miss in this game. You can only do it if you have not defeated the pug. If you defeat the pug, you will have to play this whole thing again. Now, what you want to do, you want to fight, and you want to use defense.
Are you sure you want to hit me? I've got an enemy body pillow that really worries about me back at home.
And that is the thing that keeps you company. Yep.
Why did you even challenge me to turn-based combat?
It's pretty adorable. But that gives you the keeps me company achievement. The only way to defend yourself is to pity him. But anyway, to defeat the pug, you go into your items, you get your laser pointer that you got before, you use laser pointer, and this will trigger this quick time event, which you just got to click on these pulsating clitorises. And the 4th one will finish the fight. And the pug goes a bit too fast, picks up some speed, he's on all that heroin and cocaine, slams into a pillar, knocks himself unconscious, fight scene ends. Then you go to the pug. That will give you the remote. And now we just need one, because we've got the tree, we've got the remote, now we just need the soil. And that, we have to go back to the lab. And now we go into the dungeon. We'll have this little thing. To get past the crocodile, pretty easy. You just go, hit down, you'll hit him. The paradigm will say, you just got to hit him a few times, which is pretty much exactly what you do. Bam again, and the 3rd time's the charm. There he goes, and you just keep on going, and that's all this is. You will never see this area again unless you take the lift, which you shouldn't, because you can use the map for quick time speed events.
Welcome.
So, conversation. Things happen. Now, 2 more achievements that you can get here. There is a hole in the wall. You want to talk to the hole in the wall. And then you get asked, who are you?
I'm the man in the wall!
And then you talk to him, you do whatever you want. And that will give you the man in the hole in the wall achievement. The other one is this root. Click on this root, and use it. And that will give you the secret dungeon discovered of the Lich King, which will give you another achievement. You can talk to him. I don't think it matters. There is nothing in here that is of any use. It is just a very cool little cutscene they discovered. That's all. So, anyway, you'll leave here, and that gets us back in. Now, you need to get this soil from Applehead. This is a requirement. Now, I realize I've actually done this slightly in the wrong order. What you want to do, you want to go back to the hallways. John is still calling. He's very persistent. Now, you want to use the Pact membership card because it allows you a free cupcake. But to use it, you have to talk to this cupcake salesperson first. Otherwise, she will not do it. Then you need to ask, can I have a cupcake? And she'll say the coupon, because you've got the coupon. You choose the screwdriver. Then that's all you do. You get out there. You skip that. Then he basically gets rid of the whole cupcake. And you just click on it once. Turns the cupcake into a screwdriver. Now this, you need to go back to the dungeon, because that is now accessible for you. Now, you would think use the screwdriver on the flat screw, but it's actually a Phillips screwdriver, not a flathead. You want to go to Hammerhead. He will flatten the screwdriver into a flathead screwdriver. That will allow you to do this. Activate the flat screw. That'll pop that. And boop. That's done. And then you cannot do anything with this straight away. You want to use your map again. You want to head back to the lobby. And you'll use the screwdriver on the cursed flowers because they shrink anything that touches them, objects or people. They'll give you a miniature screwdriver. Now you head once again back to the dungeon. You'll use the mini screwdriver on the mini flathead screws that were hidden behind the giant screw. This will give the cutscene, which will allow you to get the soil. And they'll drop straight into Applehead's head. And now you pick up the soil. And now you head back to the map. You have to go to the labs first. It is important you do that. And you have to talk to the cat lady, the rebel leader. So talk to her. Have a chat. Then you would say, I've got all the stuff to take to Olaf. She will say that her masters have already infiltrated his office and left a mark for where to do everything. Now you'll hit M. You will go back to the lobby. You need to use the remote control on the doggy door. Because, you know, small... Because remember, the dog uses it, so it's a doggy door for him. Now, to get through, you need to use the cursed flowers. That'll do that. And then you have to go in here. Again, we gotta wait. There's no fast travel in this game, except for when you're not at a drug dealer's house. Get in here. Any second now. Paradigm will do it. Any second now. There he is. Then you have this whole thing with the giant sloth head. You will automatically uncurse yourself once you were able to. Any moment. And zap. There we are. Now you have to go to the sloth head, but he will not let you in. You'll get to see all the prodigy children being delivered off to their, you know, consumers. Conversation. Blah, blah, blah. So then you'll get these pop-up ads. This area will activate. This water cooler will activate. Now, you don't have to talk to her, but talking to her, she is the third sentient water creature that was mentioned by the water cooler of doom. And it is worth talking to her. But anyway, you want to pick up the shoe. And she will talk about this solvent that, you know, the poop that comes out of her butt. To deal with this, you need to stand near the wrench and just wait. Eventually she will move. And she will poop near here, right here. Once she moves out there, you need to get the shoe. You need to use the shoe on the poop to pick it up because apparently it will not touch your hands. Then use the shoe full of solvent on the wrench. You'll get the glue away. You'll get the wrench. Now you want to go up. You want to use the sliding panel. That'll open that. Then you want to put a wrench in the gears. This will cause the delivery system for the prodigy child to slow down. You want to step on this thing here. And then you want to move over here. Sort of, you don't have to be on it, just a little off. Basically, you've got to lead the water cooler over to it. The vacuum will happen. She'll get sucked up. You'll understand why she's actually happy about this if you have a conversation with her. It was something that wasn't really clear. But anyway, you get through that. Now that she's not looking, because you cannot use the emergency phone while she's looking, you want to use the phone number of the glam metal nun that you got when she gave you the toffee when you're collecting the limbs. Use that on the emergency phone. And then we'll have this whole conversation here. And this will give you the ability to get through this door any moment now. Alright, there she is. Conversation. Now, you can simply walk through this, but again, there is one more achievement that you can get and you can miss, because as soon as you go through this, this will go, you have to click this button 10,000 times. Jacob is a cruel and unusual man for creating this thing, but hey, it's one more achievement that you can get. So, with that done, you now simply go here, here's the credit card, that takes it away. So do that off screen. I am not going to do this. I still haven't done it, but that is how you get the last achievement. Go in here, you go into the sloth's head. Olaf is not here. Now, all you want to do, you want to go up, you want to use the security monitors. This will trigger the next scene on. And conversation, you'll have all these little things they're doing. You want to hit the next camera, get through everything. You'll find out what John's been doing the whole time while you're away. Olaf will eventually turn up, and you'll have a big conversation, or we have a big exposition of what the whole big plan was. So, again, if you want to know what's going on, play the game, or watch my Let's Play, and it will all make sense. Conversation. And again, doesn't really matter what you say. He will explain things, but you get through all this. Conversation happens. Stuff happens. And it doesn't matter. Blah, blah, blah. Moving on. Conversation. So we vomit some candy. It's really gross, but that's kind of what Olaf's thing is. All these conversations happen. Again, conversation. Long thing. You can interrupt. Let him continue, doesn't matter. Get through all this. And then we'll get to this. Enough, let's get this over with. Listening to all of it does give you some ideas of what's going on. Now you get a choice of all the endings you can choose. The one you have to hit is the actual ending. All of these, including the one with the leopard print, is funny. But I'm just doing a walkthrough for this. Get through this. Conversation happens. We get to the final fight. And this is the final puzzle of the game. Now, to do this, first of all, you want to use the potato.
Going to die, paradigm.
They'll unplug that. Now we've still got to deal with the mouse and the giant battery at the back. So to do this, we first need to open this chunder can. We use our spoon on the chunder. Now we'll get all these candy. You want to get yourself at least one protein bar and as many energy bars as possible. So grab as many of these as you can. Paradigm will tell you when you've had enough. You get out of this, you grab the protein bar, and you give that to the mouse. And that'll get him super jacked, that he's so jacked that he can't even move. So that'll stop that battery. And the final one you need to do, like, Olaf's getting really annoyed because he's firing lasers, can't hit you. Now, you want to do a Futurama thing of eat 100 cups of coffee. In this case, eat 100 energy bars. So keep eating. And eat another one, and then eat another one, and that will get your heart going crazy, and that will fast forward you to super speed. So what you want to do, you want to use this battery, that'll untrigger that. Then you'll have this whole conversation with Olaf. He will do things trying to defeat you. Now, what you want to do, you want to grab the soil, you want to put it on the cat poo. Because if you'll remember, the Great Master said where they want the mark, or, the Great Plan to be. That is the cat poo. And the last thing you want to do, you want to grab your instant tree, put it on the cat poo, and that actually ends the game. That is the entire game of Paradigm. Hope you've enjoyed the speed run. I'm sure this should give you all the answers if you're struggling with this game. Again, please buy this game. It is funny. If you haven't seen it or watched my Let's Play, it's a great, enjoyable experience. Please thank Jacob, he's a really social guy who developed this, and that's it from me. So thank you for watching this. I think I've got every achievement. If I missed any, let me know, and I will try to explain how to get it. And that's it from me. So thank you for watching. I'm Zenvious, and you can enjoy your day.